Eamon Khan here for Seconds Out with big energy. AnEsonGib ahead of the main event against Slim. Gib, good to see you. How's life treating you?
It's going good, man. I'm living a great life in camp, staying fit, ready, and I said that badly, but yeah. Yeah, we're staying in shape. We're staying in shape.
Definitely not a shit for sure. And that's not the plan anyways.
No.
I thought the plan though was medieval MMA. What happened there?
Oh, mate, I'd love to do shit like that, man. I want to do more sports, just unique sports in different countries. There's some good ones in Turkey, Spain, Cuba, and the medieval MMA. I think I saw Eddie Hall do it. So I'd love to do shit like that, man.
So you would actually consider doing that?
Yeah, 100. Before this contract came, that was what I was going to do. There was like some deep training camp, like, because you can get stabbed in it. So I was going to do months of training just before it.
Well, let's talk about contracts then, because you were one of the sought-after signings. I remember the video when you put out the contracts in front of you. You ended up signing with Misfits Boxing, had the tournament. But this sort of reminds me of when CM Punk returned to WWE. One of those, you might not have thought it would happen again, but it did. And you had the walk through and walk back. Talk me behind the scenes with a smooth process to get signed with Misfits.
We had our differences. They tried public negotiations, and as any respectable businessman, I don't do public negotiations. So there is a fee. They finally met the fee, and there we go. That's how the fight gets done. That's all.
It's not one and done for you though in Misfits, is it?
Well, I'm chinning Slim, and is there any other fighters that intrigue me? Not really, no. No one on this roster. Why, do you see any fighters making noise?
I want to see you making a lot of noise in this scene in Misfits for sure. You were the guy that your mission statement was to take out the promotions from within side, from every other promotion that you've been in. I wonder if that's the same thing here.
Well, I take out their double champ, and then he has to fuck off and go defend his belt, as the loser he is. You know what I mean? So what is it, Kenny and Soul Pappy as the mandatory? So that's what's happening.
Interesting plan. Well, let's get into the fight with Slim Albaher. What do you think? Do you rate Slim as a fighter? He's a guy that's wanted you for a long time.
You know what? You gotta give respect. He's as an opponent, you gotta give respect. He's 7-0. He's got he's beaten everyone at Misfits that was put in his way. So it was a fight that he didn't even want in his last fight, and he managed to come out on top. So as 7-0, he's probably he is my most credible opponent. But that's what I think of Slim, and I'm going to deal with him accordingly. He's a knockout artist, and I'm coming to drop him.
He's one of the guys who's one of the first guys to take themselves to like a legitimate trainer, like you have done as well too, and kind of adapt the boxing style and learn kind of the sweet science of the sport. But what do you think about his link up with Andre Rozier and how good he is as a boxer, really?
Wait, well, what's the question? What do I think of his coach, Andre Rozier?
I think he's learned boxing.
I don't give a shit about Andre Rozier. I'm not going to pretend for the camera. I'm dealing with Slim. Andre Rozier, I don't know about this guy, man. But I'm going to show them. I'm going to show them what I'm about, man. Show that school of boxing don't mean shit.
Do you think he can take your power?
That skinny frame. I'm coming to stop him. Of course not.
I saw the fight with Salt Pappy, and a lot of people gave him a lot of credit for kind of taking through the fire and then stopping Salt Pappy. What do you think of that fight?
It was more of Salt Pappy making a mistake than Slim setting him up. That's the way that I saw it. It was Pappy lost. Pappy lost instead of like Slim won. He was getting beaten up. He was moving shook in the first 2 rounds. So it was a win. He still got the win, and it was a fight that he really, really didn't want to take. So you gotta respect him for winning, but in terms of like the game plan of what he did, I don't respect it.
Who do you think wins that fight between King Kenya and Salt Pappy?
That's a tough fight. They're both going through weird things in their career. But, I don't know. I don't know who's going to win that.
It's quite interesting because you're the main event here. Does that come with a lot of pressure as well too? First Qatar Supercard as well. Have you got to perform here?
I've had main events before, to be honest. I don't think of anything but the opponent in front of me. So I'm going to come deal with this guy. There's no pressure. No pressure at all.
Do you feel like you want to kind of finish that Kingpin story and have that fight as well too? Have that final play out in Misfits?
There was a time to do it, right? There was a time to do it last year. A whole year has went past. I originally said, if we want to do the 2 fights, King Kenny, Slim. But now that I'm going for Slim first, it doesn't really make sense going back. It doesn't make sense. So, yeah, that's kind of what it is.
There was a small whisper that it could have materialized that when KSI was going to fight Slim and AT, you might have been drafted in as a tag team partner for KSI. Was there any legs in that, Gib?
Any legs in that? Not that I know of, no.
Would you be willing to tag with KSI in the future?
I would never fucking tag. What kind of sign of weakness? At what point do you think about? At what point do you tag? With the moment you tag, you've lost the round. So I don't know how that shit works with fighters. You need people that aren't really fighters to do that shit because no respectable fight. Do you reckon Better Biev would ever tag? Can you imagine it? Can you imagine it? Can you imagine it? So yeah.
So you're ruling yourself out of any tag team matches going forward?
No.
Okay, fair enough. Let me get your thoughts on a couple of things of the scene. A lot of people, look, whenever it comes to an interview, everyone's always asking, like, the big fights, and everyone wants to pitch you with KSI. I think you just said in that interview there, that's not going to happen because it's your weight and your weight only because of the mistakes you made in the past. You've learned from them.
What was the question?
Just the case is that fight with KSI is not going to happen. You want to do things on your own terms here.
You know what? If it materializes and it happens and the contract's in front of me, cool. But it's not a fight that I'm exactly chasing. I don't beg for fights. So if it happens, it happens. But I'm beating the best guy in Misfits. And once I beat the best guy, you know what that means. I'm the best! I'm the best! That's what that means.
A couple more final things from me. There's a huge fight coming up in the form of Jake Paul versus Mike Tyson. What do you think of that fight?
Fuck. What do I think of that fight? I don't know. I don't know what I think about it. It's cool. It's interesting. Would I do it? I don't know. Yeah, it's a weird fight. That's it.
You could never be tempted to do something like that?
Never say never. Never say never, yeah. I don't know.
You think Jake wins?
What do you think?
I have no clue, honestly.
Stop playing.
No, I'm being honest. I'm genuinely being honest.
You
I have
don't think so?
I've no clue how this turns out.
Okay, yeah. Neither do I then.
Fair enough. Finally, look, you're a boxing fan. You mentioned Beterbiev as well too. Did the right man win in that fight?
Yeah. I think Beterbiev looked like how he fights in his fight, and Bivol didn't look like how he fights in his fight. I was really I'm a fan of Bivol, and I wanted to see his like slick style, but of course the heavy shots from Beterbiev, he had to keep his hands closer. So yeah, that's all of that I think about that fight. I think Beterbiev won. I didn't watch it with the audio either. Do you know what I mean? I was watching on a live stream on Real and Wills. So I was watching it and I was saying, yeah, Beterbiev won. But then when I see online, everyone's like, Rob. I was like, what did they watch? What did they watch? It was either that or a tie. That's what I can say, but I didn't know how people said Bivol won.
Very last thing for myself, a rumour I heard, I might have just made it up myself as well too. You're coming out to KSI's thick of it, is that true?
No.
Gib, pleasure.
Yeah.
Looking forward to your
Thank
fight.
you so much.
Good.